Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool Western Electric 302 desk telephone, and this is Molly's telephone from North Carolina. And this phone belonged in her family, and now she wants to get this telephone in working condition. And she's got a note here, and she talks about how she wants to try to use as many original parts as possible, even if they're used. She kind of just wants to get it back into like in an original type situation. And she doesn't care if the parts are used, she just wants it looking authentic. So basically, she's missing the center dial ring and card, and she has some specific information about what she wants on that informational dial center card. And we're going to put a number and a name in there for her, but also we need to go through the rotary. We want to go through everything in this telephone, and she's sent it in, and it was kind of apart, so she kind of looked it over, and this is the initial check out of this telephone. So since the telephone is open, we'll go ahead and spin it around here and show you the inside. Now, it's a little dirty in here, but that's not a big major issue. A lot of times that's not going to affect any of the working condition of things, although when it comes to the rotary, we'll certainly clean that up and get that taken care of. But for the most part, it's not a big issue, and we will get the telephone cleaned up. But that gives you a little bit of a better look at it. And we definitely want to get her a line cord. We're probably going to have to change the handset cord for the simple fact that it is actually broke and it's not in the greatest shape. So we'll probably end up changing that, and we'll just get this telephone back into condition for Molly so that she can enjoy it and keep this in her family, because it was in her family in the past and she wants to hang on to it. And so that's a pretty cool deal to get that back in working condition for her. So we're going to take a short break and start working on this telephone, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with this telephone. And we're going to run through a little bit of what went on with this telephone, a little bit of everything really, because we had to go through most everything on the telephone. But a little earlier in the video, we had showed that we may replace the handset cord, but the tear that was in the cord really wasn't that bad. And so what we did was we repaired that and then placed a piece of heat shrink over that. And if you really didn't pay attention, you wouldn't really notice it. And the cord is fine. And it could always be replaced down the road, and it's not that big of an issue. But this cord seems like it's fine now, and Molly wanted to keep everything that she could keep to this telephone original, or original to the period, because of the fact that it was in her family. And so now we get to save the cord that was on this telephone when her family had this telephone. So that's a plus. And we also installed an original to the period line cord, and we installed a modular adapter on that so that she can simply plug in to any jack, a modern jack now. So she's fine with that. We went ahead and went through the receiver and got that all squared away. Another thing that she had written in her note was she wanted to put the wedding date that she had on the dial center ring. So we put a dial center ring on card and put her wedding date there, and we'll give you a look at that on a still picture. And I think that was pretty cool that she thought about doing that. It's a great idea, and I'm glad she thought of that. That shows you how much she appreciates that. And so We went through, the bell had a problem. It wasn't even connected, and I'm not sure why it was disconnected. Might have been because the bell stopped working. It could have been because in the old days, a lot of times they would charge you for as many phones as you had, and they could usually tell how many phones you had by the rings of each phone or the voltage it would pull out of the line. So they wanted to charge you for each one, and people used to disconnect the bells. But in this case, this bell needed to be repaired and reconnected. We went through the rotary. We got that cleaned, adjusted, and oiled, made sure the numbers were racking off properly. We did a little bit of rewiring, and so, basically the telephone is finished up now and ready to do its final check. So what we want to do here is I want to ring the phone. I want to let that go a few times. Give it one more ring. Give you some dial tone. And now what we can do is dial our numbers out. We're going to end in a 2, and now I want to transmit into the handset. So if you watch this red light on the analyzer, every time that red light lights, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know that this telephone rings. We know it dials out. We know we have transmit and receive. What we can do now is move this telephone over to a regular line, and what we can do is call, say, like a time and temp number. Give you some dial tone.
Bodywork. We're a short drive away. Offenburg Body Center, 234-0330. Today is Monday, October 22nd. The time is 7:36. Current temperature 79 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Mostly cloudy overnight, 40% chance of a shower and a thunderstorm, a low in the low 60s. Chance of a morning shower Tuesday, then partly cloudy, a high in the low 80s.
Okay, so we know this telephone is repaired and in working condition, and it's really nice that Molly was able to find this telephone within some of her belongings of her family and go ahead and save it. Because at one point, she didn't think this telephone could be repaired or didn't know anybody that did anything like that. And then she found us and we were able to repair it for her. And it's pretty cool that she's going to be able to save this telephone and have it like a keepsake from her family. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Molly's telephone from North Carolina. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.